welcome back to our channel. Today is sell day. But that doesn't mean like we're going up there and we're opening the chicken houses and actually selling the chickens. That just means it's time for our integrator to come pick them up and then take them for processing.
Yep, it means we work about 24 hours and then we almost get a day off. We'll have 2 houses left at the end of 24 hours.
Yeah, so we started at 6 a.m. this morning, and then we should finish with 4 houses about
6
tomorrow
6
morning.
to 7
morning.
tomorrow morning.
So you wouldn't think that there would be that much to do for the growers, but apparently there is. So here's our schedule. I don't know if you can see that, but that's just kind of what it looks like. It includes things like turning the feed off. I know that sounds kind of cruel or whatever, but it's actually better for the chickens and better for the processing plant, because if there's food in their system still and they start, processing the meat, then if the food gets out or leaks, it contaminates everything and they have to shut it down. So when no
contamination on our part, please.
Yes, no contamination. So, but at 6 a.m. we cut off the feed in house 1. We're about to go cut off the feed in house 2. And at 11 we have to raise the feeders in house 1. And then maybe after that we're going to pick up house 1 and maybe 5 and 6 if we have time.
What we mean by pick up is any dead. We're going to pick them up. We have to do that every day, and
it's just part of it.
On sale day, you just have to do that when you get a chance.
Yeah, the schedule is kind of set until they actually get here, and then when they get here, they may get done earlier, they may get done later, so you kind of have to play it by ear.
Good morning.
Hey.
The girls are going to sell with us tonight because it's summer and they don't have school tomorrow.
And they have to earn their way.
And, got to teach them good work ethic. And they stay up till at least midnight anyway, every night, so during summer. But, and then we'll cut the feed off at house 3 at 1. At 2:30 we raise the feeders in house 2, and then we'll pick up the dead ones in there. At 4 o'clock, we're going to turn the feed off in house 3 and raise the water in house 1. So, luckily there's 4 of us today, so that'll be relatively easy. And then they're going to start picking up the chickens at 5 o'clock this afternoon. So, our daily... The cat just
That was the cat.
ran through. Our daily activities that we usually do, plus a little extra. No, the barking is not. Plus a little extra throughout the day. So
We have a cat that barks.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, we're here to cut the feed off to number 3. We've actually already shut it off. I can't talk today. I shut it off using my phone. I can do that with our controllers. And I like to leave it off for a while. That way the feeders have a chance to run and we don't get any alarms, and I don't turn off the feed at number 4. And now it's been about an hour that it's been off, so the feeders should have run enough and the hoppers should be low enough that we can empty the fill system, which is what we're going to do. Actually, let's go and look at the hoppers. Make sure they're empty. Nice dark in here, I know. But, here's what it looks like in the chicken house. Got just a few birds scattered out around here. I think there's around 38,000 or so in here. If you can look, I don't know if you can see or not, but the hopper's down a good ways. The switch to cut it off is up here. So that should be plenty of room to empty out the fill system, or the auger, depending on how it's labeled on your controller. But we do this now. I don't have to sit and wait on it. Door slammed. We've already waited on it, so now we can turn the augers back on in the controller and When we do that, since the feed is below the level switch, the auger will come on. The feed bins are shut right now, so it's not pulling in any feed. We're just going to empty out the pipe into the chicken house. And as soon as it gets emptied, we can open the bin and number 4 can keep feeding out of the bin. We have 3 feed bins that feed 2 chicken houses here. So every pair of chicken houses has 3 feed bins. It's used with a tandem auger, so you get 2 lines coming in this house, 2 lines going in that house. Works okay. I kind of wish we'd have done the 2 bins per house, because then we could grade through the middle and be able to drive through the middle and not have to drive around. But it is what it is at this point. So, we're gonna finish running this auger out, and as soon as it's done, we'll shut it off. And here in about 30 or 45 minutes, I think it is, we have to go to number 2 and raise the feed lines. So the break time's about over. It's time to get back on our head. We'll see you in a little bit.
All right, welcome back. Still on sale day number 1. And I've got our trusty little mini blower here. And what we use this for is to blow the pipes that come out of the fill system off and the hoppers, because they get really dusty with, just the dust that's in the chicken house and then the feed dust and all of that. So we do that so we don't get so dirty when we take them out. And they're also cleaner when you put them back in. So Evie's going to get some footage of me doing that. The fans are pulling that way, so I recommend that if you are blowing dust, that you stand on the far side and blow it that way, because that's the way that the fans are going to pull on the dusty air. You'll see. And that's it. We'll do that with all 6 of the hoppers, and then we take the hoppers off and the feed pipes off and put them in the control rooms. And that way we can raise the feed lines up out of the catcher's way. So we'll catch you in a little while.
Now we have to get ready to raise feeders. What we have to do to raise feeders is first we have to take this pipe off. This is our fill system up here. Comes through the Flint's pipe and through this plastic pipe into the hopper. Let's take the pipe off. We have to unplug the switch that's in here. This is a hopper switch. Once the hopper fills up high enough to match the switch, it shuts off the fill system so it doesn't keep pulling feed in. That's what the switch is for. We'll throw the wire up over the auger pipe in the ceiling. We'll take the hopper off. And we'll set the hoppers in the control room, and then it'll be time for Danielle to raise up the feed lines. And she's in a hurry, so give me just a minute. There's the pipe. Right now, of course, pull the pin out of the bottom. We put our foot on the hopper base and pull it, and it slides off, just like that.
Okay. Can we start on the other ones?
Yeah. We unhook it. Our houses have, in our houses, each hopper has its own winch, which I really like. It's not dependent on where the feed line is. You don't have to worry about the feed line getting higher than the hopper and that kind of thing. We're about halfway through sale day. I think it's about 6:30 or so, Thursday evening. Actually, we're a little further than halfway.
Yeah.
But we wanted to show you this. People seem to get upset about how chickens look in the house. They say they're crammed in, they don't have room to move. You can see right here in front of us, we've got a spot here that they've moved out of. It's probably 50 to 60 feet long
Yeah.
and about 10 to 12 feet from the wall.
And then there's also space over there. So
Yeah, there's plenty of space on that side, and all the chickens still have room to move.
Yeah.
Now this is the real deal. This is how they look
yep.
in a chicken house.
Birds are also, keep in mind, birds are flock animals, so they go in groups. They're not like a
You ain't never heard of a lone wolf chicken.
yeah. Yeah. But so what we just did, the pipes that you see right there on the wall, we put those down as petitions, and we just took those up. So we have 3 pipes in the house, basically dividing the house into 4 sections. So to prevent overcrowding in herds. But I mean, you know, this is it. We just raised the feed lines. So
Here's our feed line right here. This was on the floor a little while ago. We have 6 feed lines in these houses, 3 to each end.
and they're a little bit freaked out right now because we had to use the power drill to raise the feed lines, and we moved the pipes, and they're not used to that. So
Yeah, we're a little messed up, but as soon as we turn this camera off and walk out of here, they'll all move back into this area, and there'll be this much more room for them.
yeah.
Just wanted to show you, we're not the monsters that people try to make us out to be.
No,
I
and
guess is what I'm trying to say.
you guys know that if you see something on the internet, I mean, we know how to edit videos, very elementary editing. But, you know, if you see like one of those Netflix specials, you see the chickens are all crammed into one corner, or they're all packed in really tight. Well, they probably,
You mean that's not real?
we can make it look like that. I mean, the media can make it look however they want. But this is real life. And if we were doing something wrong, then the animal welfare audits that come out all the time, and they visit all the farms.
We have surprise inspections, you'd call
Yeah.
them.
If we were doing something wrong or cruel to the animals, in their eyes, they would shut it down. But, I mean, these chickens are happy for at least 40 days. And they don't know any trouble in the world. They don't have to hunt for their food. It's just given to them.
They don't have to be hunted.
No bugs,
Yes.
no rains, no coyotes, no fox, no possums, no coons.
No bobcats. We have all of those things around here.
They can just walk around and eat as they please, eat, drink, and get fat and happy.
Yeah. Even neighborhood dogs. Gotta watch out for them. But,
So next we got to eat a little bit of supper,
yeah.
and then we have to
Raise
raise
waters.
water in number 2, raise feed in number 4, raise water in here, pick up the dead, raise the water in number 4 and pick up the dead.
Yeah.
And that should bring us to about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walking through here, honestly, though, because I had to walk down to raise the feed lines, it didn't really look like mortality was that bad. So
Yeah,
this
is-
one might be a piece of cake.
Yeah, this
hopefully.
house has been a good house for mortality, and these are some big birds. So,
You want to pick one up and show them the
me
final
see.
product?
see if I can get one.
Hold on just a second. Like and subscribe if you haven't already.
Right there is the final product.
Birdie.
That's a pretty good sized bird.
Yeah. Whoops.
I believe he's 37 days today.
Yeah.
This is a good sized bird for 37 days. We're pretty tickled with these.
Yeah, they look good. They look good. We're excited about this flock, hopefully.
Put him down. He can go along his merry way. And we will eat some supper and see y'all in a little while. You directing now?
Yeah. Wait, I gotta clap.
Well, it's going as usual. They're almost, well, they've started that second house, so they're not quite half through yet. But there's talk as to whether or not they'll catch the last house or put off the last house. Nobody really knows. They say they've got 5 loads still at the plant before they get to ours, which should push it off far enough to not catch that house and leave that house over the weekend. But the guy that takes care of the planning and all that, the scheduling, says that they're going to catch it. So it's to be seen. We we don't have the feeders up yet, so if they weren't going to catch it, now would be a real good time to tell us. We could just turn the feed back on, but that'd be too easy. So we'll just keep waiting and seeing. I think it's almost 9 o'clock now, and they're not quite half done. I think we've still got another probably 7, 8 hours, something like that. 7 or 8 hours. Anyway, just a little update, little insight into the life of a chicken farmer. So, we'll see you in a little while. They've finished this house. This is what a chicken house looks like after they've caught chickens. There's a few dead birds in here that we have to get out, but this is just about as good as you can ask for. I think there's maybe 12 or 15 out of 38,000 chickens. I'll take that. I'll take that every day. But what we have to do now is get up everything that's left. If it's dead, we have to pick it up. If it's still alive, we have to euthanize it, have to kill it, and take it out. That's the requirements of our contract. And this won't take long in this house. The next thing we'll be doing, not tomorrow, probably over the weekend or maybe even early next week, we'll start windrowing.
See the litter.
Putting the litter in 3 windrows in the house, 3 piles in the house, letting it go through a heat. That helps to burn off the ammonia, helps to kill bacteria, and actually helps to breed good bacteria. So.
Yep, and it's actually more environmentally friendly because you're not getting loads and loads of shavings to put in here.
Yeah, we're not ripping through pine trees to make shavings. We're not piling an excessive amount of litter out in people's hayfields and pastures, and it's not costing us out the wazoo because we don't have to go buy shavings to put in here. That's a big expense if we have to do that. But anyway, this is what it looks like when we're done, when they're done catching. There's a few dead birds in here, like I said, we got to pick those up, but this is it.
The aftermath.
Yeah. The aftermath. I think it's right at 9 o'clock, maybe just a little earlier than 9.
Yep, 9 p.m.
They've finished this house, so we have 3 more to go tonight. And, well, I guess we need to get to it. It's about time to raise some feeders, so we'll see y'all in a little while. Hey everybody, we're back. It's 4:45 Friday morning. We just raised the waters in the last house that we have to get ready tonight, today, this morning, whatever you want to call it. They're finishing up number 3 now. Probably got another 30 minutes in there and about another 3.5 hours in there in number 4, and they'll be done for the day. Now, they were supposed to catch 22 loads here, and that's all that was supposed to go into the plant on Friday's production. Well, here's the not so wonderful side of contract livestock production. They had a few loads that carried over from yesterday. So when they were planning on running 22 loads, now they have 25 or 26 loads at the plant. The problem that I have with that is they're going to go ahead and catch the 22 knowing that they had 3 or 4 extra. So I'm almost expecting them to bring chickens back, and that's not a good thing, just because by the time they get back they're going to be stressed, hadn't had feed, hadn't had water in several hours. When they bring them in here, they're going to be stressed because they've been on the truck to the cooling tower, back to on the truck and back to the farm. So they're probably just going to sit down for another 5 or 6 hours when they get here, and then eventually they'll get up and start moving around and eating. But either way, it's not a very enjoyable thing. But it is what it is. We are bound to them in that case. They write the paychecks, so we do what they say. But we'll see what happens. I might be wrong. I hope I am. If I am wrong, then we'll see you next time. We hope you enjoyed the video. We hope you like, subscribe, comment, all those good things. And if I'm not wrong, then we'll see you in just a little while.